Welcome back to Dawn of the Zeds second edition playthrough. We're about to begin turn 33, and let's find out what's going to happen this time. Looks like a hero is going to go insane. We'll start at the top. There are no raiders. They were destroyed last turn. The rangers, I am still keen on leaving them where they are. And we have no refugees except the ones that are in the refugee camp. Now, if we look at the outbreak phase at an 8+, we are clearly not even close to that. We're just way down here at 2. So there will be no outbreak. Consuming supplies in a 5+, again, we only have one civilian unit that's capable, fully armed. And now we look at Zeds movement, which will be on the suburbs and the tunnel track. So we're looking down here at the suburbs track. We have this Zed horde will move up to the bridge space next to Sheriff Hunt. They're a total of 9 strength. And now we go to the tunnel track, and the first thing we have to look at is the Dread Zed unit in the catacombs, and we'll find out what happens to him. He rolls a 4, which means he stays exactly where he is. Now, the next Zed to move is the Leapers, and unfortunately, I don't have anything to stop them. They leap right over the Zed unit, Dread Zeds, and move into the security guard post with the Green Diamond security guards. They are greater than, however, there's a 1 shift down, so we're going to be rolling on the equals table. So the Leapers are attacking the Green Diamond security guards on the equal table. Ooh. Not good. They roll a 9. If we look at a 9 on the equal table, that means the attackers take 1 damage, and the defenders, which are the Green Diamond security guards, are going to take 2 and have to retreat. So let's damage the Leapers first with 1 damage. The Green Diamond security guards take 2 damage, which flips them over and to 2 strength, and they retreat 1. And now the security guard post gets a chaos token. That wasn't very nice. Okay, now we go to the last unit on the track, and that would be... Oh, I'm sorry. We were looking at the tunnel track. And of course, anyway, I made a mistake. The Dread Zeds would have changed tracks to the mine through the secret tunnel, because there's 3 units here, none on here, but they didn't actually move, so that's not a big deal. They don't go anywhere. The Were-Zeds, however, now have to see what they do. They are in a catacomb space, so we'll see what they do for their first movement, and that's a 2, which means they move normally. So they're going to move into Dr. Mertus's office. They get a second movement, which is kind of good for us. They move into the same space. Catacomb spaces in the tunnels can hold numerous Zed units. So when they end their turn there, they will actually snack a bit on the Dread Zeds. However, the Dread Zeds are tough. So they will either take a damage. On a 4, 5, 6, they will not take a damage. They shrug it off. So the Were-Zeds gnaw away at the Dread Zeds, and the Dread Zeds just shrug it off. That will be the end of the tunnel activity, and I forgot to increase the infection level 1 when they tangled with the Green Diamond security guards, doing that now up to infection level 3. And now we'll look at the rest of the card, which is actually pretty good. We end up with 4 actions. So actually, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play one of my fate cards that I've been hanging on to, and it says, hold this card. It says, play at the start of the action phase, which would be now, in which a track is free of all Zed units and all chaos markers. Would be the forest track, completely empty. Receive 1 hero unit, either Schmidt, Piazza, Carter, Wright, or Kingman, on the start space of that qualifying track, and does not apply to the tunnel track. So I'm going to spend that card right now. Doesn't require an action, it just says a hero appears. I am going to pick Colonel Kingman. So basically, Colonel Kingman is going to appear at the start of the forest track. So we will add him to our roster of heroes. Kingman now appears at the start of the forest track. And we go back to our card. We still have 4 actions left. So for the first action, I am actually going to have Mr. Johnson who is in the town center, do a little bit of scavenging. Let's see what he can do. So he rolls a 6 and a 1, and a 6 will actually give us 1 ammunition. So ammunition is always good. We go from 5 to 6. So that's our first action. Our second action, I am going to have Captain Piazza is going to shoot at the leapers in the security guard post. Now they are 1, 2, 3 spaces away. If we look at her card, if it's 3 spaces away, her attack value is 3. So it's not great, but she's going to try firing at the leapers on a 3 on the gunfire table, and she rolls a 7. So if we look at a 3 on the gunfire table at a roll of 7, she actually does 1 damage to the leapers. So they go from 1 to 2 damage at the security zone. That's 2 actions. The third action, I will have Sheriff Hunt shooting at these Dread Zeds on the bridge space, and we'll see if he can do some damage. So he rolls a 6. Now he's at a 6 because of the super weapon, and I'll have to make a correction here because I'll have to look at Piazza with the super weapon. But we'll do Sheriff Hunt first. So 6 with the super weapon, rolling a 6 on the 6 table, is going to actually do 2 damage to these. So the first damage here will flip over the 5Z unit and it goes down to strength 4, and I'm going to apply the second damage. I don't think you have to apply it to the same token. I think you can spread the damage around. I could be wrong. Please correct me if I am. I'm going to put the 1 token damage on the 4 strength zombie, and again they have to retreat because of the super weapon. Now, what I didn't look at was when Piazza shot here, she gets a +1 shift on the table for having used the super weapon. And so if I look at the 4 on the roll she had, it is still 1 damage. So it doesn't do any more. I think I rolled a 6. Of course, I can't remember now. But I think she just does the 1 damage. So that's the end of that. So that is 3 actions. I am now going to have Sheriff Hunt, futilely it seems, ask these Strength 2 civilians to do some scavenging. And of course, they completely ignore him. This is becoming almost comical. I have 1 action left. And what I'm going to actually, and of course I forgot to use the ammunition up for Piazza shooting and for Sheriff Hunt shooting. So if we go from 6 down to 4, boy, hard to keep track of all these things. I'm going to have Piazza shoot 1 more time at the leapers. Just try to wipe them out down there in the tunnels. And you know what? I'm not going to do that. I've used up enough bullets this time. I'm actually going to have Mr. Johnson do some more scavenging in the towns. This is our last action, another scavenge action, and that would be a big nothing. So, not exactly the turn I was looking for. We've managed to lose our security guard post, which would have given us ammunition on 4, 5, and 6. And things are not looking terrible, but they're not looking great. We have another hero unit appearing, Kingman. That will conclude turn 33. Join me next time for turn 34.